I think this is now going home with me today.
How much will you pay for that?
Calling all rose lovers. Have you ever considered flipping your strip so that you can not only cut back on maintenance but water? Well, we have you covered. I am with Mark Mason-Taylor today, and he is incredible with Perfume Punk. He is going to show us how to flip a strip, planting beautiful roses that not only help us save water, maintenance, but also cleans the air. Yes, cleans the air. We're going to learn more about that later. So let's get into it. But before we do, you know what I'm going to ask you to do? I want you to subscribe and make sure you ring that little bell so that you can get notifications, because you don't want to miss any modern gardener, do you? Before we get into it,
I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Merit Medical and Red Butte Gardens.
tell me, Mark, how did Perfume Punk become Perfume Punk?
Climate anxiety. I felt I needed to do something. I needed to do something to resolve my anxiety, and that's where I came up with the water savings, and I realized roses were perfect for that. We came up with parking strips, where basically we can reforest or sequester carbon using everyone's parking strips. We can cut water by about 94%.
Wow.
While still getting you something that's really green and beautiful.
And gorgeous.
And better than, brown poo lawn.
I would rather not have brown poo lawn.
Yeah, brown poo lawn doesn't sell well.
No, it doesn't. You mentioned that roses actually clean the air.
They will sequester more carbon than a tree. Now, how does that work? If you reforest an area, you're actually going to hit a limit once the trees are fully grown, and they won't be sequestering as much carbon. With a rose, you of course want to prune a rose, so you tend to cut it back by a third or half every year, which means you have new growth every single year. So after a few years, if you take 20 years of a forest and 20 years of a rose bush, the rose bush is actually going to sequester more carbon after that 20 years.
So we dug into this ourselves, and unfortunately there's not a lot of information about carbon sequestration and rose plants in particular, and it's a little bit more complicated than what we would hope for. It really depends on plant species, plant size, root depth, geographical location, garden span. All these things play a part into carbon sequestration.
And get this, there are 30,000 different varieties of roses.
Okay.
So you can have a rose be pretty much anything you want. One of the biggest classes that I love are the Florbondas, and they're constantly blooming, constantly coated in roses. There's even a native rose called Rosa Woodsii. The leaves change color in the fall to go a bright orange and red, kind of like a burning bush.
What? I have to have some honest conversations with you, Mark. I have roses, and I do love them, but I've never really loved them because I hate the thorns. But there are also a ton that don't have thorns. Is that another classification? Or
there's a whole class that doesn't have them. This rose, actually, let me grab it, is called Firefighter, and it's thornless, so you can grab it.
Can I rub my face against
it
and
feel
not
free.
get scratched?
And it also has a great fragrance.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm seriously in love right now. Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, and you can eat the blossoms. That's one thing about roses that people don't know. They're all edible. Do it, do it.
Should I eat it?
Yes.
It's definitely not bad.
Yeah. They came out with a whole line of roses that you can eat.
Okay, not kind of bitter.
Yeah, because you ate the bottom part of it. You only want to eat the petals.
Well, tell me what to eat, Mark.
Well, you put your mouth on it. Like it's your fault, forehead. Do you need water or something?
Okay, I gotta go spit this out. So let's get to the nitty gritty. You are here flipping somebody's strip today and making it like Rose Haven. So tell me how we do this. Step one, what do we do?
So what we're gonna do overall is we're gonna turn it into like a little ecosystem. So the first thing we do is we don't rip out sod.
Okay.
We use a technique called sheet mulching. So we put a layer of mulch down, then we put contractors' paper there, and then we put another layer of mulch. What that does is block out the sun, and in 3 weeks, your grass is all dead. But the great thing is it's all biodegradable. So it's just like putting mulch on any surface. It's going to keep all the good microbes and reinforce that soil.
Now what? So you got the layers down.
We're gonna grab the land auger, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant the roses.
That's it.
Yep.
What about water?
We just convert an existing sprinkler into drip irrigation, and then we cap the rest. So one of the secrets about sprinklers is a lot of time they put out water too fast for the soil to actually take it. So with a traditional sprinkler head, only 40 to 50% of the water is going to get into the soil. With drip, you're gonna have 90.
This is not like rocket science where you have to bring in the big dump truck and all these things. You are doing this and it's a one-day deal. Give me some tips, like if now I have this beautiful strip and I know a lot of times people are like, I planted it, now what?
So one of the first things is weeds. Like how do you weed this? Well, first, that contractor's fabric is gonna knock out most of your weeds. But say 5 years down the line, you have everyone's favorite friend,
Yes.
field bindweed. What you can actually do is just take a piece of cardboard and more mulch and smother it.
Okay.
And that will take it right out. And then we put companion plants along so they also box out a lot of the weeds. We also use yarrow. Yarrow is actually a native and super water-wise, and yarrow happens to have that fragrance that ladybugs love. And that's really what helps the little micro-environment there.
Oh, interesting.
Is we're building that little microcosm of an environment to self-regulate it.
Mark, this was incredible. Thank you so much for all this education on roses and how we can flip our strip. Honestly, you've converted me. I think I need at least, I don't know, 30 more roses in my garden tomorrow.
Of course,
Can
that's
you help me with that?
That's how it starts. I can start right now. Here's another one for you to eat.
I think I'll pass on that one. Maybe another time. Well, that's it for Modern Gardener. Let me know, are you gonna do this? Are you gonna flip your strip? And what is your favorite rose? Until next time, this is Cynthia Stringham. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll see you soon. Can you really eat this one?
No,
Okay.
just don't. We're not going to let you eat anymore.
No.